witches.
Hi, hello, and welcome back to Cryptids.
We got this. It's fine.
I hope you're ready.
I'm ready. It's cryptids. We're gonna talk about some cryptids from Georgia. If you recall from last time, we did the Google Maps I'm Feeling Lucky, or Google World, I don't remember which it is. Anyway. Um,
Google Earth.
yeah, I was all the way wrong. It's fine. Um, Cryptids. Cryptids are fun. And sometimes maybe cryptids were once upon a time real and died off or not. I don't know. Um,
The world may never know.
the world may never know. Okay. So we're starting in southern Georgia in the early 2000s. There are pine forests, dirt roads, just real quiet. And have you ever been in the woods when everything just goes silent and you feel like you're being watched?
Yeah, it's called
That's
That's a Demon.
that's the vibe. Um, we are in a small community called, I did not look up the pronunciation of this, so I apologize. Alapaha, Georgia. And this is a really tiny community, and there are more wild hogs than people. Wild hogs, if you've ever seen one, are terrifying. They have like big tusks, like sharp knives. They're angry 24/7. And they're ridiculously strong. Like these bitches can knock over a tree if they really put their mind to it. But in the summer of 2004, something stranger was moving through those woods. There was a man named Chris Griffin who was a hunting guide in Georgia, and he lived in this area, and he spotted something massive rooting around on his property. And when I say massive, he estimated this creature to be 12 feet long and at least 1,000 pounds. And it was a hog. So pigs are huge, right? Like, and wild hogs are even bigger usually already. I'm thinking about my dog. My dog is 70 something pounds, okay? And he's huge. A regular pig is probably 200-300 pounds, like on a farm that you see. Maybe a little more than that, depending on what kind of pig it is, but 1,000 pounds, okay? This fucker is huge. So Chris, being a hunting guide, does what any southern gentleman would do and gets his gun. um, and so the hog supposedly charges him. He fires, and after like some back and forth there, the beast fell. However, this caused mass chaos because naturally he took pictures, and it was 2004, so the internet was a thing. Chaos ensued. People were like, this is fake, this is Photoshop. Are we sure that's not a bear? Like all kinds of crazy questions happening. The internet into the 2000s was a different beast than it is today. We're thinking Tumblr, we're talking MySpace, we're talking like chat rooms and forums. That was still like a popular thing. And so the news picked up on this story and dubbed this thing Hogzilla. So supposedly Hogzilla was real. Whether or not that's true, I don't know that we'll ever know. Maybe he was real, but his size was exaggerated. I don't know. But the legend grew, and as it does, every time someone retold this story, the hog was a little bigger, a little meaner. The story was a little more graphic. Um, but that's how cryptids go, right? People see the story and they're like, yeah, let's make that weirder. And they do. Um, People had wild theories. Some people were like, was this did it grow that large naturally? Was it a mutation? Was it a hybrid of a hog and some other animal? Was it a possessed creature? Um, and because this is America and this is what we do, should we try to breed more of them?
Yes, that makes sense.
So 2 years later, National Geographic was like, oh, they'd been watching a lot of Mythbusters, and they were like, let's dig up this body of this hog and investigate.
Which, why? Investigate how? With what?
So
What are you curious about?
they pulled it out of the ground, basically. It was not 12 feet long. It was closer to 7.5 feet. And instead of 1,000 pounds, it was about 800 pounds. Still enormous, still bigger than your typical wild hog, still terrifying, and still totally going to ruin your day if you run up on it in the woods. The Their conclusion was that Hogzilla was most likely a hybrid between a domestic hog and a wild boar, which apparently is more common than you would think in rural Georgia, because wild hogs are typically smaller than your regular, or wild boars are typically smaller than your regular hog, like that you find on a farm. But when you breed them together, you now have the size of a domestic pig and the aggression and anger of a wild boar to create something that is both gigantic and feral, which is really relatable, to be honest. So was Hogzilla real? Yes. Was he as monstrous as the original story claimed? Not quite, but like still monstrous. But that's what cryptids do, right? They take on legendary proportions. So, why did this myth stick around and become a cryptid? Because the South loves a good story and they love a good exaggeration. If they catch a fish and it's 6 inches, it was nearly a foot. If your neighbor's dog barks at you, it nearly took your leg off. If you kill a giant hog, it was basically the size of a mid-sized sedan. You know, it's fine. But also, like, looking back through mythology, there are giant wild boars throughout mythology. So there's the Caledonian bear or boar in Greek mythology, the Erythmanian boar that was faced by Heracles, and there are Celtic tales of monstrous pigs as omens. So they're kind of a symbol of like wildness and danger and the very thin line between civilization and chaos, because there are domesticated pigs. And so, yeah. It was basically a modern echo of some of those ancient myths with some southern flair. Of course, because Hollywood does what it does, there were Hogzilla-inspired movies, documentaries, meme culture, and at least one mockbuster film, so like a parody film, that was, it says, well, delightfully terrible. So, if you would like to look up those various movies, yeah, I don't want to either. But if you're into that, Go for it. So basically the truth was Hogzilla was real. Hogzilla was big, but the real power of the Hogzilla story is exactly that, the storytelling and the exaggeration that came around him. And because of that, he became a legend overnight and is on the list of famous Georgia cryptids. And whether or not you believe, like, how big he was, the everything that happened around him or not, he's still some
He's
kind
still
of
there
real.
lurking in the woods.
Yeah. Um, and just, you know, some advice if you happen upon any size wild boar, or not wild boar, honestly, in the woods, maybe just get the fuck away from there because it can and will hurt you. And again, I know we've talked about it before on this podcast. If it kills you, it can eat you, bones and all, to hide the evidence. You will never be found again. So just stay the fuck away. And that is Hogzilla.
Yeah, but you're telling white people to stay away from something
Did you
that.
mute yourself?
Can you hear me? Okay. I can hear me. You're the problem.
I think it was my headphones. So you
I
go
was
right
gonna
on
say
ahead.
you're the problem.
Yeah, I am. You're good. Go ahead.
Um, no, I was just gonna say, like, you're telling white people not to go to something. It's a picture moment, okay? Think of the memories.
Listen, white people, if you are the kind of white people that will go up to a wild boar in the woods,
You
I
deserve to
think you
die.
should go up to the wild boar in the woods.
Okay, but you gotta differentiate between those who want it for a picture and those that think it's cuddly.
If you think a wild boar is cuddly, I can't help you.
Listen, there's pigs are so cute. Okay,
Pigs are. Have
anyway,
you seen a wild boar? They are not. They are ugly.
something can be ugly and cute at the same time.
Listen,
Rude. I'm just kidding. Okay. We're gonna go a different route. We're gonna stay in the woods, but we're gonna go a different route. And this time we're gonna talk about a raptor. So, in the dense woodlands of Georgia, a single sighting in 2008 sparked whispers of a creature unlike any other in the state, other than the Hogzilla. This one is considered a dinosaur-like cryptid who was then dubbed the Georgia Raptor because that makes sense. This is described by an 18-year-old hunter and his grandfather. The creature was reportedly 5 feet tall, walked on two legs, had a long, stiff tail, and bore a striking resemblance to the velociraptors popularized by Jurassic Park. Its scaly reptilian appearance and clawed limbs added to the drama of this encounter. We do have some eyewitness quotes from the original sighting that can add kind of some detail to it, but there are no names attached to any of this. So, for all I know, this is some creepy pasta story. But as of now, this is what we got. So the young hunter had recalled, suddenly something came walking slowly out of the bushes and onto the road, maybe 150 yards in front of us. My eyes got really big, and at that moment, I wasn't even scared, just amazed to see this creature see white people. We didn't move. As crazy as it sounds, it looked just like a raptor from the popular Jurassic Park movies. It had a long, stiff tail, walked on 2 feet, and had short arms. And it looked lizard-like and had a huge claw on both of its feet and smaller claws on its arms. That is very Velociraptor-esque. So this one eyewitness sighting and statement sparked a lot of rumors. A lot of people got involved. So we have some folklore. the Georgia Raptor still remains a one-off mystery. There's no additional sightings have been confirmed. And this original report came from a now defunct website known for dubious cryptid claims. See what I mean? It's creepypasta, 4chan style. Still, the story has found a lot of places in the cryptid lore of Georgia. It's often mentioned alongside legends like the Altamaha Altamaha and the Georgia Swamp Thing. Local reactions to the Georgia Raptor are quite mixed, though, so some embrace the mystery and include it in the regional folklore. Others dismiss it as a case of misidentification or storytelling influenced by pop culture. I don't know if in 2008 Jurassic Park was like a pretty big thing. If like a remake or like Jurassic Park 2 or whatever the fuck it was happened and it was just like the it thing at that point. I don't know. But some people didn't like it. Okay. Online forums occasionally mentioned this sighting and or like
You can't see me,
not
can you?
I knew it. I knew it. I was like, I think she's wearing a Jurassic Park shirt earlier. Oh, did you wear that on purpose? Because I tell you what, that's funny.
I didn't. I just happened to wear it today. It's been really serendipitous all day though. So I didn't know that I was going to be in the classroom that I was in today. I thought I was going to be in a different classroom. And one of my teachers had to leave unexpectedly. And so I had to go into a different classroom. And there are two boys in there that are obsessed with dinosaurs and Jurassic Park. So they were super fucking excited. And now this. And so it's just been very interesting that I wore this shirt today.
It's a sign of good luck. Um, there are online forums that have occasionally mentioned strange sightings in Georgia, but none really match the original raptor description. So they believe they saw it, but it's never actually matched the original eyewitness statement. There has been scientific debate wrapped around it, so it raises some eyebrows. Paleontologists and evolutionary biologists argue that any surviving dinosaur lineage would have undergone significant changes over 65 million years. So, like, we're talking about evolutionary changes. The creature's featherless reptilian look contradicts modern reconstruction of the theropods, like the troodontids, which were believed to actually have had feathers and bird-like features instead of the scaly whatever. And honestly, I'm not saying they did this, but they could have eaten something in the woods that was like shroom-esque, and they
Yeah.
maybe saw like a giant fucking turkey.
You know? But also, like, what time of year was this? Was this a time of year that, like, because there was a whole thing with the clowns there for a while. Like, was there someone out there
Oh no, this
dressed
is
up?
2008.
Oh,
Clowns are like 2011, 12.
yeah.
Um, because yeah. Um, Ornithologists, and for those who don't know what ornithologists are, they are the study of birds, so they're like bird enthusiasts. Um, the living descendants of dinosaurs also are what some believe to be birds. Some think that the chicken is closer to um DNA wise of the T-Rex than anything else. I don't have any scientific backing to confirm or deny that. I'm just saying that is what some people believe. So ornithologists also challenge the plausibility of such a creature. Um, they point out that the evolutionary trajectory from theropods to birds is actually well documented, and any surviving member of that lineage would likely resemble a bird far more than a Jurassic predator. So it could have looked like a velociraptor of some sort, but it definitely wouldn't have been scaly. It probably would have had more bird-like features. Now we got some, you know, scientific backings here, but let's talk about the cryptozoological perspective, okay? This isn't necessarily one of those, like, science-backed degrees, but there's some people out there, cryptozoologists, who offer a different perspective. Some actually suggest that the creature could be a surviving troodontid, so they think that it's actually something from the Jurassic period, a small, intelligent theropod. Now, I really don't even know what a troodontid looks like. I probably should have thought about that before.
I just feel like, okay, this is still surviving millions of years later, or however many years, it might be thousands, I don't know. And you think you're the first one to see it in 2008?
Yeah.
No.
This is what... I'm trying to share my goddamn screen. Okay. This is what a troodontid
Oh,
is.
okay.
I see that. I can see that. There you go. True sighting right there.
Okay, I could see them thinking, like, maybe it was a turkey with its, like, feathers down or something.
Yeah. And, like, the tail kind of thing. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. But anyways, one cryptozoologist said that given recent discoveries, it's not possible that isolated pockets of prehistoric species could persist in remote regions. Another believes that the Georgia raptor may not be a velociraptor, but its description aligns with what we know today about the troodontids, the bipedal clawed and highly agile bird-esque creatures. And for those who watch the YouTube, I did put a picture up on the, I shared my screen so everyone can see what it looks like.
Yes.
And if you don't want to, good luck trying to figure out how to spell that word. But all in all, the, what is it? There's some expert commentary reinforce the skepticism. One evolutionary biologist commenter actually noted that most dinosaur cryptids are of a specific group instead of something that showed 65 million years of further evolution. Some people are questioning the feathers, where are they at? It's very inconsistent between the sightings and what science expects from a creature descended from something that looks like this. So even though we had that one detailed account of this raptor of some sort, it's not, there's not enough evidence to further conclude that that's accurate or true. Like, we got pictures of Nessie all day long. We don't know what Nessie is. We don't know what the fuck it could be. But we got pictures of what could be Nessie. Like, there's multiple pictures of this. There's very little pictures or eyewitness accounts or anything of this specific creature. And this is also at a time when the internet was insanely popular. Like, it's popular now, but it's like everyday life now. Like, back then it was like the next big thing. Like, it was the age of transitioning from TV to, like, internet sort of stuff. So a lot of people don't believe in it. A lot of people don't think that there's enough science backing it. And all of the information that has been out there is very inconsistent with the original eyewitness account. So it still stands as a fascinating blend of the local folklore, possible imagination, and scientific skepticism. So it's still really cool to see how, like, everybody, even though they all come from different realms of science and different pseudoscience, if you will, they all still, like, follow along the same path. So that's kind of cool to see. But it was probably a misidentified animal. Like, when you were talking about your hog story, and how it could have been an overgrown sized wild boar sort of thing. I mean, this very well could have been like an oversized turkey that got something stuck up its ass. I don't know. Something. But other than that, that is the Georgian raptor. So, but
Awesome.
where are we going to go next?
Oh, that's a great question.
Don't
We
worry,
should
I got
figure
you.
that out.
Google Earth. Oh, wait, what did you call it? Google World? Okay, okay. Feeling, wait, fuck, how do I do this again? Oh, Lord.
To the search.
I'm feeling lucky. The fuck? Ooh, we going to France. We going to Paris? No, I heard
Specifically
myself.
Paris or any France?
Oh, no, I don't even know. Girl, I don't know what that is. Ruin? Rue?
I don't know. It's small.
It's on the
I can't
outskirts of
read it.
Paris. How about that?
Okay. So
We're
we'll
gonna
just
go
go
to
with Paris.
France.
France. Just France in general.
Yeah, just France. We're just gonna make it easier. Just France.
Okay. That's valid.
So, okay. So, next
Okay.
time we're gonna go to France and we see what they got there. So,
Yeah,
until
we
next
will.
time.
Bye.